I'm Miles Protter. I'm a director of the Values Partnership. And in this video, you're going to learn how to stop comparing yourself to other people. Like, have you ever been to a reunion where that person over there, you just know how rich they are? And that other person over there, you just know how much more successful they are than you? And she's got this great book contract and he just looks like $1,000,000. Well, this comes up in conversation, with my friends and my mentoring clients. And I'll let you know a secret. It's something I've been struggling with probably most of my life. But I had this real breakthrough a few months ago, and I've been sharing it with my clients, and I want to share it with you. So in March, I was invited to a 20-year reunion of former investment banking colleagues in London. My wife said, "Oh, you've got to go. You love those people. You work with them for years. You went through so much together." And I agreed with her because she was absolutely right. But then I had these visions of people flying in on their private jets and bragging about how much money they made and their important jobs and their country houses. I almost just hit the delete button. But I thankfully got in touch with my mentor, and he asked me one question. He goes, "Miles, who is on your panel of judges?" I said, "Well, it's me. I'm my harshest critic." He goes, No. In your head, you've got a panel of judges. They're people who are just like at the figure skating competition. They're holding up little cards with numbers on them. Except in your case, they're not judging your skating. They're assessing your life. And instead of getting 7s, 8s, and 9s, they're giving you 2s and 1s. This really resonated for me, because I've always tried to put on a good look for people, but who? And I thought, well, my dad is one. I've always sought his approval, even though he's been gone for 20 years. And then there are these guys from my mid-20s, these ludicrously successful people. Like, there's this aristocrat who became a very famous writer, and then these bankers and these journalists who I really admired. And John, my mentor, goes, "Well, you're still trying to impress these people. But when was the last time you saw them? 30 years ago? 35 years ago? Guess what? They're not even thinking about you." Well, this was good mentoring. So, of course, I went to the reunion. But then I had a wobbly when I got there to London. I saw the hotels all these people were staying in, comparing it to my university dorm, £40 a night. And then I looked down at my suit, going, this thing's 10 years old. I can't go in this. Anyway, I dragged myself to the venue and opened the door, and there's 100+ people in there, and I'm going, oh. But I was so warmly greeted that just all my fears and concerns just evaporated. And these two guys who used to work for me, they walked up and they started chatting, and they really thanked me for being a compassionate boss. And it was very sweet. And then our big boss, the guy who was kind of the guest of honor at the event, he ran through this whole list of our accomplishments as a business, and I was singled out for the contributions I made, which was very pleasing. And then other people came up to me and they shared about some of the challenges and tragedies that they'd had in their lives, illnesses and bereavements. By the end of the night, everyone was feeling really good about themselves. And, this is like one of the best times of their professional lives for some people. And I walked home and I just felt grateful for having these people in my life. And, I started incorporating this whole idea of the panel of judges in my mentoring. And this one guy, he just said to me a few weeks ago, goes, "Oh, yeah. I've got one of those. I call it my board of directors. And my mom is the chairperson. And she's not even around anymore, but I still try to impress her." And then there's this woman who, I met at a conference 20 years ago, and she said, "You're going to be on the cover of a magazine. You're so talented." And that was kind of cool, but, it's been kind of a burden to live up to. And he went silent for a while, and then he goes, maybe I can let all these people go. And I thought that was really, really powerful. So my question to you is, who's on your panel of judges? And can you let them go? So I hope you found this helpful. If you have, you can find out more about mentoring. You can go to our website, thevaluespartnership.com. Click on the Services tab and then click on Miles. And you can find out more about the kind of work we do. And just remember, who's on your panel of judges? And do you need them around anymore?